I'm going to give us a metronome, okay? And we are going to, we're just going to step.
Musicality.
Yeah, this is musicality. So we're just going to be stepping to this metronome. And we're just going to, so what we're going to be looking for is we want to arrive on the beat, okay? We don't want to step ahead of the beat, wait for it, and then pick up with the other foot. We want to be arriving with the beat.
Show us what you mean.
Yes. So.
Good taking.
Now what we're trying to avoid is the popcorn feel. Okay, where we go. We want everyone stepping on the beat so that it sounds like one foot. Marching around to the same beat. Okay, so get this rhythm, get this beat into your feet, and I'm going to cut it off and then I'm going to turn it back on. See? Yeah, see? Everyone kind of set up. Alright, come on, let's get it. Now this time we're going to do it. Try to keep speeding up. Wait for it.
If you're doing it intentionally, it's fine. If it's not intentionally, it's not so cool. Because people always ask about how do you get the musicality? How do you get that feel for the music? Where you can just tell that somebody can feel the music and they're dancing to it. Well, this is a step towards that.
Yeah, it's usually my experience that people tend to show up early for the beat rather than too late for the beat because they're afraid of being late. This isn't like a bus stop. If you show up for the bus early, it's great. The bus shows up and picks you up. Okay, it doesn't work that way in musicality. You want to show up at the exact same moment that the bus shows up, but they're not going to let you on the bus. Okay, so now we're going to speed it up a little bit. Okay, here we go.
They're great.
Insulting. Oh.
Slow. Yes, so rhythmically centric as Lindy Hop is. So it's a fun little drill, just to kind of work.
Fundamentals, right? Yeah, just awareness. We're just raising awareness.
Yeah. Okay, so that is sort of the musicality portion of what we wanted to talk about, kind of like demonstrate. Now we're going to work on the connection part of it. Okay, now, I know this is
We've got a game.
we're going to play a little game. Okay, now some of you may remember this from the last session when I brought out some masking tape.
And then we're just using little bits this time.
Yes,
Blind spot.
I'm going to dance with my partner. And my partner, okay, my job is to make sure the partner stays over the spot. Okay?
I suppose yet.
No, not yet. So just to begin with, so we're
I
just,
don't look at the spot.
right, we're just dancing, okay? But she's not looking at spot, but she is following. So if I move too far in, she moves off the spot, okay? If my hand kind of creeps in towards me a little bit, she moves wherever it
I'm
is.
not looking at the spot. It's not my job to stay on the spot.
Now, a lot of the leads might be thinking, well, this is really simple. I can just stay in place. You see, this is where the game is. You have to move around in a circle.
But we have to still be on our spot.
Yes, as this is going. So, and then once you get one direction, once you make one rotation, you have to make it in the other direction. Okay? And you can also get into closed, get back into open, do a circle. Okay? But no turns. No turns. That's the only rule. Okay? So you can do like a circle, you can swing out, but you have to keep the follow over the
We can't move
other
ourselves
stuff.
either, right? We're practicing our follow skills because we are not going unless we are moved. So,
Over here. So you can go this way. 1, 2. There's this phantom lead that comes in. Either, so like, where you're dancing with the follow, and all of a sudden they just start kind of coming in towards you for no reason and getting back into this position here. And you're like, I don't know, like, why did that happen? Like, and it keeps happening, like over and over again. It's like, and you're like, no, get over there. Okay? And so there's usually two reasons why this would happen. One, the follow is anticipating.
They just really like you.
Right, or they just really like you. Or as a lead, you're kind of pulling in.
You might just be inadvertently leading that without realizing.
And you're doing,
Like, we're sitting back a little bit the whole time as we're doing this. So like if I let go, she would like fall away a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So we have a little bit of tension here at all times. Okay?
What you should have, there's always a little bit of resistance.
it seems to,
It's sort of like T-Rex type of position.
That's harder. When the hand comes up like that, it's harder to have that connection.
Right. The stronger connection is when the hands are down and you sort of have this nice little kind of slack in between because you have this sort of cable-like tension, like two suspension cables between two poles. Okay? And so we are constantly in communication this whole time here. All right? Even low, like it just looks like we're open. Now, if I want to get closer to her, I bring the hand down if I don't want to move her. And then when I want to get further away, I might bring it up slightly, but then there's a point at which I can't go back any further without pressing the
You're
frame.
not bringing me forward if you don't want to.
Right. So that's the drill. You move in, you move out, you move around. Okay, with your partner. I'm going to give you some tape.
Follows, we just want to keep that connection. We don't want you trying to anticipate. Keep the connection, keep the right hand in front of you, and don't come forward unless you are brought forward.
Right.
But if you are brought forward, they go forward. But there will always be a little connection, so don't misinterpret that as being brought forward. So it's the Goldilocks thing, just right, So you got to cut. This is the exercise to try and.
Okay. So for this one, the follows, you're dancing with your eyes closed. For the leads, you're not going to closed position at any time. You have to do this from the open position the entire time.
I do not close your eyes.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. Because what I'm kind of seeing some of is like the leads, like they get off the mark and then they're just kind of like running the follow over to the mark. Okay, so you have to be able to manage this solely from open position, and you can move in and out. So it can be like, okay, you can do that. You can go around. Okay, but no going into closed. No turns, okay? Open position the whole time. Eyes closed. All right, so I'm going to play another song.
Did we switch?
If we did switch one of these ones.
Interesting.
Learn anything about yourself?
Thinking is hard.
Giving in terms of information of your follow. And so leads, the action of a lead generally contains two pieces of information. Direction and it contains, so three pieces: direction, speed, and turning, and location, basically. So if you're finding that like your follow is rotating more than you expected them to, like then
Maybe it's not that, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes the follow's getting blamed for things that maybe aren't the follow's fault.
right, and
Most of the time. The best leads that I dance with, if I screw up a move, will apologize. Like they screwed it up. But I know that, about a particular move, I happen to have screwed it up or whatever, and I just smile because that's a sign of a good lead. They always take the responsibility for whatever the follow's doing. Do it again, I'll do it right. That kind of thing's what I'm thinking, but I just smile. It's like, that's sweet.
but also if you were following me, you were kind of like noticing that you were winding up near your lead pretty, a lot of the time, regardless of who the lead was, then that's something.
Right, and so that's all right. I'm just throwing that in as a little tip for leads. It's always take the plan.
But yeah,
Yes, it doesn't mean that you should always screw up, It happens. In this particular case, it's helping you to know why people might be going to you.
no, it's a good little thing in terms of like, this is a fun little drill to work on with like a dance partner or whatnot, or even if you're on the social dance floor, you just take a phrase or two and kind of like see that you want the follow to stay where they're at. And so you dance with them. Yeah, you practice it, you see how like good you are at just kind of keeping your lead quiet but engaged. Because a lot of the things about this lead here, when you're in this open position, and this is your only point of connection here, you're trying to keep this hand relatively quiet, but you still want it talking. You know, you just don't want it shouting. You don't want it like sashaying from side to side. You don't want it up here. You want it like controlled and calm, all right, and speaking in a nice room, dressing voice while it's down here. A nice little NPR voice when you're down in this position, trying to keep